Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. We have started the object-oriented programming concept. So we have completed the constructors as well as we have seen prototypes. So now we'll see how the prototypes can be created, like how to set the prototype and how to retrieve the values from the prototypes. And we'll see how the concepts of inheritance is been applied in the prototypes. So let's play the intro and move on to the coding part.
Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you.
Okay, let's create a new folder here. I'll create it as one more new folder. So I'll just select this particular folder. I'll just make it as JS19. Okay, so the JS19 folder. So inside the JS19 folder, I'll just put this particular folder outside. Okay, it is created inside, so I'll just cut and I'll just put inside here. Okay, so JS19 folder has been created. Inside the JS19 folder, what I'll do, I'll just create one index.html file, then HTML. So I don't know why the spelling is HTML. Okay, so then along with that, I'll just create one more folder, that is file, that is index.js. Well, this is my JavaScript file. So whatever there inside the 18, so you can say I'll just copy all those things and I'll just put it inside the index.html file. So here you can see it is about the object prototype inheritance. We'll see about the prototypes inheritance here in this session. We'll see about the prototypes inheritance, how we can inherit. So basically what is inheritance, I'll tell you. So here I'll want to click onto the go live. So once I click onto the go live, so you can see I'm getting prototype inheritance. I'll just right click and inspect it. So let's see about what is inheritance. So you can see the notes over here. So I have it is there inside the description. You can download it from there. So basically the inheritance let us the object to share each other properties is process which objects can be based on another. Like inheritance means we are inheriting some of the properties from the parent class. Suppose I am a child and I have some of the properties of my father and I have some of the properties of my mother. Like eyes can be similar and the color can be same, like that. Some of the properties we are inheriting from the some person, like from our parents. So same way in the object-oriented programming also, the inheritance is something like we are inheriting some of the properties from the parent classes, from the parent prototype classes. So you can see when we try to access property of any object method, JavaScript will first search for the object itself and it will search the object prototype. If not found, it will check both the object as well as a prototype. So basically what he is saying here, if I want to access some of the properties from the parent class, it will just search the, first of all, it will search for the object itself, from the object whether the method is there or not. If the particular method is not there in the object, what it does, it will check from the prototype object. It will check from the prototype object whether I am having some of the properties, whether I can get it from the prototype or not. Okay, so it will just search for the object prototype. If not found, it checks for the both object and its prototype. Again, it will check for the both object as well as a prototype. Till the match is not found, JS will link the object property and continue searching until the prototype chain is reached. There are different ways of creating an object in the JavaScript. Like it will just search for the some of the properties. If it's not found, we need to create a new property and we need to access that one. So inheritance is basically some of the properties are already there. We are inheriting from the child class. We are inheriting to the child classes, like accessing with the. So we'll see with the example. So I can access a number of objects by using object literals. I can use it, and I can constructor. I can create a new functions, and I can use a create method to create a constructor and almost things. So let's do with an example. So let's come back to the index.js file here. So here, so this is the index.js of the 19th folder. So basically, I'll just tell one clog function. I'll say here is a prototype type inheritance. The prototype inheritance will be the title name. So let's right click and inspect here. You can see the prototype inheritance is getting over here, so the file is working fine. So what I'll do here is I'll just create one const keyword. I'll just create one prototype is equal to what it does means it will be having one functions. I'll just create one greeting function. So it does what, it will just run this particular functions. So this functions will return what, it will just return the one greeting. I can say something like good morning. I'll say good morning, have a nice day. So I'll say good morning, have a nice day. This particular function will return this particular thing. And what I'll do here is I'll just create one more function, so where I will access and again I'll just change the particular name of it. I'll say I'll just create one change name function. So what it does means it will just change the particular name. I'll just tell it will take the new name as the argument. It will take the new name as the argument and it will change it. It will tell whatever the name is there, whatever the current object name will be there, it will change it to new name. Okay, this will be created. So I'll tell why I have created this change name function later. So let's create an object now. Okay, let's create an object. So I'll just create ark object. So different ways of creating an object. I can just tell let ark is equal to, I'll just tell object dot create. I can just create in this fashion also. I can just tell create object. It will take an argument as a proto over here, and then what it will do means ark dot name. I can just set it to Anis. And one more thing, I can just tell designation role, anything I can give. I'll just tell ark dot role is equal to, I can just tell as a developer. So then along with that I can just tell ark, so I'll just tell console.log clg. So what it does means it will just, if I just print ark here, so what it does, let's see. So if I just come back, I can see I'm getting name as well as a role I'm getting. So I can see I'm having a name as well as a developer. So what I do here is, if I just use one more argument, if I just tell ark dot change name, if I just tell change name, we have an argument in a change name. So I want to change the particular name to this particular name. I want to change it. You can see now, if I see, you can see the name is getting changed. The name is getting changed over here, because for this particular prototype object we have a, you can see the prototype object, I have a two things, that is a change name as well as a greeting function. Even these two things also is getting access for this particular object. Okay, because for the proto which I am passing to the argument, I'm just having a two functions here. The greeting functions I have the change name function. So these two functions is getting passed to this particular proto object when I am just created here. So by using this object, I can just change, when I apply this particular property change name, so what it takes the new name over here, and whatever the object name is there, the current name, this dot name is the particular object name, will change it to the new name, that is second now. So I am getting the new name over here. Okay, so this is how I can just create the particular object. So this also we can create this kind of object. So we'll say create one by using a normal programming language. So I'll just tell cant, I'll say I'll create one object, that is a ark1. So I'll say the object dot create proto. So I want to create the particular proto. So along with these functions, I want to give some of the attributes. So I pass some of the attributes over here. So what I does here is, what I can say, I'll just give the some name attribute here. So name, what it does means it will have the particular value. So I'll give the particular value. The value is what? I'll just give the value as my name. And what else I can give? The value I'll give. So then I'll just put a comma. Then I'll just create a role is equal to, sorry, I need to give semicolon. So roles, I can just give it as saying again value, and role is what? Developer. Okay, I'm giving these two values. So for the object, I'm creating a prototype. I'm just passing the names also, whatever the name and value, the name and role, because it will take name as well as role. Sorry, it is not there. So it will take what? Name and role, two things it will be. I'm just passing it here. So once it is passed, so it is be creating a ark object literal is created, and along with the proto object is also getting passed. That means these two functions is also getting passed to this particular ark1 object. So now what I'll do here is, I'll create one constructor now. So if I just tell clog, let me see whether I am getting ark1. So if I just do the ark1, so I can see I'm getting Anis role developer in the prototype object. I'm getting the two functions also. So now what I need to do here is, I'll just create one constructor. I'll just create one employee constructor here. I'll just create one employee constructor. What it does means functions employee, employee employee. So what it takes, it will take the name and it will take the age, sorry, it will take the salary second, then it will take the particular age of it. So then I'll just write some of the function. What it does means this dot name will be given as the name and the constructor. So you know what is constructor, I have said you in the previous video. Salary is equal to salary, then along with that this dot age is equal to age. Okay, so these all the things will be done. The constructor is created now. After creating the constructor, so next what I need to do here is, let's add some of the greetings now. Let's add some of the greetings. I'll add some greetings over here. So what the greetings I'll say here is, for this particular employee, I want to add some of the I want to add one more prototype object, that is a greetings I want to add. So what greeting does means, it will just run some of the greeting. It will just create one greeting function. So it will write return, it will do what? Good morning good morning, and I'll apply the dollar. So I'll get whatever the name is there, it should say good morning for that particular name. So this dot name will be done. So the functions will be created. So now what we do here is we'll create an object from the constructor now. So we have created a constructor. Now we'll create an object from the constructor now. So what we'll do here is I'll create a constructor, like I'll just let I'll say let. So now I'm just creating ARK object. So I'll just call ARK object. So it is what, he is a new employee now. He is a new employee. So what name I need to pass? I need to pass the name here. Then I need to pass what next is the salary. I'll just tell 12,000. Then I'll just pass the age. So I'm just passing these two things. I created a object now. So CLG ARK object. So now let me see whether the constructor is created. You can see the employee function is created, the employee object is got created, name, salary, all these things. And you can see if I just open this one, the greeting function is coming over here. But here the function is coming what, change name as well as greeting. But here the change name is not there because I'm not inheriting this particular properties over here. Okay, this is completely different. This is a completely prototype different, and it is for this particular object. And this is the function I have created newly for the employee, and I have added one greeting for this particular employee object. Then I have given as an object over here. So now suppose if I say object, so again I'll say object dot greetings. If I run the greeting function, if I just tell object dot greeting, so you can see I'm getting good morning Anis because the name is been passed over here. So this you know. So next after this one, now I want to inherit. Now I need to apply the concepts of inheritance. So I'll say inheritance. So before that one I'll create one more object. So I'll create one more function now. So here is the employee function is there. Now I want to create one more function. So what the function name I'll just create here is, so I'll say I'll just create one programmer function. Okay, now I'll create one more function, that is programmer. So I'll say function of a name is what, programmer. He is a programmer. So inside the programmer, what it will take the argument, name will be there, and salary also will be there, as well as the age also will be there, and language I will add one more new attribute, language I'll be adding it. So now I want to inherit the properties of the employee here. So name, salary, age, name, salary, age. Again, I don't want to give the this dot name, this dot salary, this dot age. I want to inherit this. I want to inherit the properties of the class employee. I want to inherit these properties inside this programmer function. So what I'll do here is I'll just make the function name p as a capital. So to inherit the property, what we do here is first I'll just call the employee call I'll do. So I'll say employee. So whichever the employee I have done, call that particular employee class. So first it will call what, this will be the argument, and name, comma, salary, comma, age. So I'll just call this employee call. That means I'll call this particular constructor inside this particular programmer. That means I'm inheriting this particular class, the function name in this particular function, that is programmer function. So once it is called, so then last what is the new thing is what, new thing is language. Only for that one I'll just create one call here. I'll just tell, I can just set the property, this the language is there, so set it for the language. Okay, that's it. So I can say I'm inheriting the properties from the employee.call means it will get all the data from the employee. So whatever the data will be set, it will be set it to over here. All the properties will set it to here. The extra thing language will be there, so that will be set it to over here. So that's it. You can see so easily we have inherited all the things. Again, I am not applying it. The code reusability concept is being used in the prototype functions. So now, so we have done there. Now let's do what? Let inherit the prototype. Inheritance, inherit the prototype. Let's will inherit the prototype. So it is what, programmer, I am inheriting it. Inheritance. Inherit, HERITANC. So what I can say, inheritance by using a concept of inheritance over here. Okay, so I'll just put it this one inside the braces. I'll just save. So now let's inherit the particular prototype. So to inherit the prototype, what I'll say here is programmer dot prototype, same as it is for prototype, is equal to, I'll say objects dot create. I'm just creating the particular object. What I'll pass here is first I'll just pass the employee dot prototypes. So I want to pass the particular employee prototype. So whatever the prototypes are there for the employee, I want to pass the employee prototype for this programmer, that is employee prototype. Whatever the employee prototype is there, I'm just passing all the attributes over here. So once it is done, now I'll set manually, I'll set the particular thing. So I'll say manually setting the particular constructor. So later we'll see setting for the constructor. Now let's see for the, I'll create one more object. So I'll just let I'll just create object obj. So I'll just tell ark to obj. So I'll tell ar obj, the object name. I'll say he is the programmer. So I'll just, he is the programmer. He will take what he'll be, his name is, I'll just give the same name as Aditya. So then I'll just give the salary of a 12,000, age is 25. But in the programmer I have the 4 arguments to be passed over here. But you can see I'm calling the employee call. It will set this it will call this employee call and it will set the properties. But one more property is what, language is there. So I need to give the language also. I'll just tell he is a Python developer. Okay, Python developer. I'll just set it this particular object. Now see, if I just do the C log, if I just tell ar obj, so now see in the output all the data will get set it over here. You can see the object is a programmer, name is Aditya, salary 12,000, age is 5, language is Python. If I go to the prototypes, we can see the constructor is been not set. You can see the constructor is been not set over here, but greeting functions is there. So you can see greeting functions has been there. All the greeting functions, all the constructor of the particular employee is also is there, but constructor of this particular programmer is not there. So to that one I need to set manually, I need to set the particular constructor. I'll say manually set the constructor. I want to set the particular constructor manually here. So what is it, what are the programmer constructor is there, right? Programmer dot prototype dot constructor is there, right? Constructor is equal to make it as a programmer. So I want to make it as a programmer itself. That means programmer, I want to set it as a constructor prototype. Now see, if I open this one, if I open the prototype, so you can see the constructor program is been set over right now. So like this, so we need to set particularly manually, I need to set the particular programmer over. So the programmer dot prototype is equal to, so sorry, programmer dot constructor is equal to programmer. So CON constructor, the spelling is perfect, and along with the programmer is been set. So like this we can set it now. So now you see I have not given any this dot name, this dot salary, but I'm inheriting the properties of the employee over here. Employee prototype properties I'm employee. In the employee prototypes, what he has one more property, that is what he has a so where is it, he has the greeting property also. Where is the greeting I have been added here? So you can see I have added set the greetings property also. These greeting properties will be applied for this programmer also, but the programmer, inside the programmer I have not set any greetings property. But as I called the employee call inside my programmer, it will be taking the greeting properties, as well as it will be taking the constructor of the employee also. So like this all the things will, if I see, if I just tell here ark1 dot greeting, if I just run this particular greeting function, so you can see I'm getting returning good morning. If I just call the function, so you can see I'm getting good morning, have a nice day. The particular greeting is been applied for this particular function also. So like this the particular things will be done. And one more thing, we'll see about one more thing. If I just tell here, if I say here as one more thing, sorry, so what I'll do here is I'll say clg. So inside this one I want to say ar obj. So ar obj dot greetings, greetings, greeting. If I solve this greetings function, you can see I'm getting, okay, greetings is not defined, I need to give it as the smallest, remove the smallest over here. So you can see I'll be getting good morning Aditya. That means the property which is being set for the employee, so that is which returns the good morning of the particular object name, I'm inheriting this employee to the programmer. So because of that, all the properties of the employee I can access with the programmer. You can see I set the property AR object for the programmer here. So I have created an object for the programmer, but it inheriting all the properties of the employee also, because the employee call has been done. So this is what the overall I can say, like overall about the video is what to say. I can inherit all the properties of the employee to the programmer when I call the employee call. Okay, and I can call all the prototypes of properties functions whichever it has been set for that employee. By you can see the object is been created for the programmer, even though I can access all the data of the employee also. Even I can just call the constructor, I can add an extra arguments, and even I can print it, even I can call particular functions also. So this is what about the object oriented programming in the prototypes. So basically we won't use this one normally now. So we have the ES6 version classes, so we'll be using that one. So we'll see how the classes and objects are there in the ES6 versions of the JavaScript in the next video. So if you are new to this channel, subscribe to my channel, like and share with your friends. You can access the full playlist in the description below. And in the next session, we'll see about the classes and inheritance of the ES6 version of the JavaScript. Take care. Goodbye. Bye bye.